When it come to my city, I know you may not get it, but I'm telling you I love my city. When it come to my city, no for this and no for that.
Hello, hello. What up, everybody? What up, world? Y'all already know what it is. It's your girl, Kalonda Kay. And yes, I got some feminine energy right here, right now, live with me, all the way from LA. Man, Miss LaShelle in the building. First of all, let me say she's a comedian, but not only is she a comedian, she is historian because she didn't roll with the big dogs of the biggest of the big dogs.
Right,
Best
right.
friends with the first death row female artist ever. Okay.
Yeah,
And cousins, right?
yeah,
With the Suge Knight himself.
right. That part.
Therefore, I'm excited. I said, you know what
And
I'm just
and no, and
man.
best and best buddies with Tupac.
Absolutely, we was getting to that because that was my favorite artist. He still is. I don't care what song
Yeah.
come on. I'm still gonna vibe to Tupac. So I got a special moment for that. And yeah, she going to Lakers game today. So she ready. She finna hit these streets. But I'm just grateful that you took the time out your schedule to talk to me on today
Oh
because
yes,
I
yes.
got 1,000 questions.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. I got 1,000 answers.
Look, I had to ask Miss LaShelle. I said, okay, is anything off limits? Because you have so much that you have contributed to a lot of the artists, like
Right.
it's history, like being in that circle, being a part of their lives. Man, I'm just saying, Joel's, you done had Tupac, Suge. The
Easy
questions gonna be full
E,
of
Dr. Dre.
Snoop Dogg. I mean, you've
Right.
been around, and so let's dig on in. Let's dig on in. First off, did you do anything in the entertainment industry with them, rapping, singing, anything like that as well? I was curious.
Well, I did like in the like in the early 90s, on a lot of people album they always had what they called the infomercials. So I
Okay.
did like a lot of comedy on people's infomercials and stuff like that, and was the background speaking like when Easy E had the NWA stuff and all that, and then shoot, I go back with Dr. Dre when he was with the World Class Wrecking Crew,
Okay.
and me and my friend, we was like teenagers, and we the ones breathing in the background, going ah Dr. Dre, and we thought we were stars because we did that and shit. You
I
know
mean,
how that is.
look, you put your mark on it.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, I was like, yeah, Doctor. Nah.
Man, and what was it like being best friends with such an amazing woman, Jewels, being a part of Death Row Records? You like a woman? Wait a minute, what's she doing a part of that? But you were right there along the journey with her as well.
Well, the thing of it was that Jewel had always been a great singer ever since we were like in high school, elementary, all that type of stuff. You could count on Jewel to remix a song. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? And put her
Yeah.
own words in it. And and Jewel being Jewel was gonna put some bad words in it. You know what I mean? She was gonna twist it up and talk about some what in the song. And
Uh-huh.
she did her thing, but it always sounds good,
Yeah.
so it was like she was doing like different work with Chucky Booker and stuff like that with the radio stations and different things like that. And we were at somebody like we was at DJ Pooh House, and at the time he had King T. And he
Mm.
was like, I want somebody that can sing like Anita Baker or do something like that. And I was like, oh, I got a homegirl, Jewel, she can sing. So when she came, and I told Jewel to sing Anita Baker song because he said he wanted somebody like Anita Baker. So
Uh-huh.
Jewel sung the Anita Baker song, and he was sitting there like this. By the time Jewel couldn't even finish, that dude had jumped up out the bed and had her downstairs in the studio recording.
Oh, see, love
So
it.
she was just always on it like that. So years later, I had ran into Dre, and that's when he had came up with the NWA thing, and he was like, "LaShelle, what could I do for you?" And I was like, "Don't do it for me, do it for Jewel. You
Mm,
know, put her
yeah, that's
music out. I'm not a singer. I'm not a rapper. So look out for Jewel." And then about 2 weeks later, we end up in Calabasas at Dr. Dre house with him and her working on music.
nice. And that's a friend. I mean, ladies, they always be like, ladies always hate on each other. That was a friend to say, hey, I don't need nothing. Hook
Right.
my girl up, right?
Yeah, yeah, right. I mean,
Sweet.
but the thing of it is, we're in a boys' game. So
Yes.
why wouldn't females try to look out for each other? You know what
Come
I'm saying?
on.
And the
Yes.
when men are dominating it, but when they're making money off of putting females on there. Cause who's the person that's looking mostly at everything? Females.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm
That's
saying?
real.
So
That's real. Yeah.
and then they don't want to give us our props. So, I feel like it's about time for the females to come from the back and come to the front.
Absolutely. And she did that. And you
Yeah.
played a major role in that because there was your connection that hooked all that
Right.
up. And you being boisterous, like, hey, I can
Right.
tell
Right.
in your personality. I said, I love her energy. I love
Oh,
her
yeah.
vibe. I love
I,
the
I,
boldness.
I
Man,
ain't scared. Look,
yeah,
I ain't scared. I
I
ain't
can
scared.
I can tell. I love that about you. Okay, now everybody asking because how are you and Suge, your cousins, you're related. I heard he grew up with a great background. How did this come about with this Death Row Records?
Well, Suge is Suge, no matter what it is, you know what I'm saying? With his football, with anything that Suge was involved in, Suge was always Suge. He's always had that masculine type of energy, even as a kid. You know what I'm saying? He's just, my father was murdered when I was 2 years old. And I'll never forget when we were kids. I mean, when he was a teenager and I was like in elementary school, and he was like, relative, I wanted to kill that broad that stabbed your daddy. I want to get her.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
he just had that thing about, like he was just really upset because my father and him was really tight.
Okay. Okay.
So,
I
he
mean,
just always had that thing. And then you have to remember, Suge's the only boy in a family with two girls. So, when you grow, most guys, when they grow up in a home like that, it's that extra masculine energy
yeah.
that the man has when the other siblings are usually women.
Yeah. I gotta protect, right? Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. Yes.
and then, Suge's grandfather, which was his mom's father, he was in the industry. He had wrote Karina. So,
Mm,
stuff like that. So, he kind of had that background of, his uncles, all them can sing amazing. If you
nice.
heard Big Suge's brothers and all of them, they came to the karaoke, man, can they blow?
Nice. Okay.
All them, they sung like old school song and was sounding better than the dudes that sung it. I was
Yeah.
like, dang, should have put out the uncles.
Okay. So, yes.
So I kind of think it was just, having the love from the music. And then one thing about the music thing, it kind of just came over Compton. You know what I'm saying? It was like we
Yeah.
had old school rappers like Mixmaster Spade, Mixmaster Ken, so we had that little thing. We had Toddy T. So it was like in our area,
Yeah.
everybody was trying to tap into something a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
So, and I think from the, being bodyguard and then seeing the different stuff, then he started managing people and shit,
Mm.
the rest was history.
Yes. And so how did you get so involved through the music? Was initially with Jewels or you just was with Suge and hanging out? How
Well,
did you get
no,
yeah.
well, me myself, I was one of those kids that lived in the hood that couldn't wait to get to Hollywood.
Okay.
You know, I ain't gonna even lie. I'm watching the Brady Bunch. I'm watching Eight is Enough, and I'm
Okay.
hearing. I'm hearing shooting and fighting outside in the hood, and all I'm thinking is, I want to go where these white folks at. It
Yeah.
seems fun. It seems like ain't nobody getting in trouble. They got some money. People sitting down at a dinner table like a family. Black folks back in them days, everybody went to their separate rooms and sat down and ate when they wanted to. It wasn't no dinner together, type of thing. So
Yes.
seeing those things, and then I always wanted to act. I always wanted to tell jokes. I was totally into the entertainers. My first love was Prince. So
Come on.
instantly I just got out there. I started getting myself out there, saying I want to do shows. I would come drive down to Hollywood, get casting call books and drama log books, and find out where I can go get an audition at, when I can do this and stuff to that nature. So I was just doing my own thing out there like that. But for some reason, I did never really kind of meet a lot of friends that was into acting. I would
Mm.
meet more people in the music industry.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, it was like, I'd be with the rappers, or be with this person, or be with the singers, or this, that. It was like more music people. And then I'm one of those kind that came from music. So I love music,
Okay. Okay.
so I I will put it this way. I will say an artist is that my homeboy calls me the Oracle, because he always say I'm the Oracle of music, because whenever I would say, oh, that person's gonna be a big star, they turn out to be a big star. You
Okay
know what
then.
I'm saying? Or that song is gonna be a hit. It end up being a hit, so
Yes. Yes.
that was my love of music. So when Easy E had got Ruthless Records and stuff like that, with knowing him, hanging out with him and different stuff like that. And I had came to him one time and was like, you need to do a female version of NWA,
Mm.
because we
Mm.
didn't have the female, like that. So then that's when he had put together that group that he had called GBM. But the
Okay.
only reason that they really didn't get to come out the way they were supposed to was because he ended up meeting Bone Thugs on the road.
Okay.
When he
Okay.
met Bone Thugs on the road, those dudes were ready to go. The
Okay.
girls were gonna have to get their stuff together, start even though they had some songs done, they wasn't really prepared the way Bone was. So,
Okay. Okay.
which
So
I ain't mad, because look how big Bone was.
man, amazing. Yes, that's
So
right. That's right. So
yeah,
you say I just made my mark just by being me, auditioning, and just running to entertainers. So
yeah.
you got on in the game that way. How
And
did you
then
become? Yeah, go
And
ahead.
then
I'm
I
sorry.
started doing, comedy.
Oh,
Start doing comedy, and well, I always wanted to be a comedian. Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor was. I want to be the female them.
okay.
So that was
Yeah.
always my thing there. And shit like that. So, but it was like the music industry, and then going to the clubs and stuff like that. Meeting a lot of different people. So, uh one time I was and I love the award shows. So I was at the Soul Train Awards, and
Okay.
that was right when Tupac had just did the "I Clown Around with the Underground," when he did the same song.
Uh-huh.
The same song with him. So
Okay.
we were both coming through the Soul Train, and he's walking one way and I'm walking the other way, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's old boy Tupac." I was like, "Hey, I like the way you did your thing," and he turned around. He said, "Shit, I like the way you doing your thing right now." So we both started laughing, and he was like, "You smoke?" I was like, "Yep." He was like, "Come on to my limo," and me and him went to his limo, and ever since then we was like that.
Yes, yes. And you've been in his videos, Tupac videos. You have been everywhere with this man. Like you
Yeah,
are
I was
right.
into Live and Die in LA, and then you can catch me in Pour Out a Little Liquor video, but it's like you got to know me to know that's me a couple of times. At least I get at least about 3 or 4 good shots. And the
Yeah.
reason that was because, and I mean, if Tupac, we argue, right? We would have arguments. We'd do our little debates. But this time he really checked me, because it was about timing. And
Mm.
he had set up everything for us to be in to pour out the little liquor video. Everything was so set up, so nice. He had our names. He had us in there as the thug life females and everything. Girl,
Mhm.
we came up there about an hour and something late after the video. He said, "That's not how you handle business. I'm late. You got your name on here now." Woo, woo. And I just felt like, look, I was feeling about this a little because he was right. It
Yeah.
wasn't even to argue about. I was like, "You right, Pac." Then finally he looked over me. He was like, "Go get dressed so you can get in the other part."
So was it being associated with them? Did it come with any kind of, negative, you know,
Well, not for
stand?
me. Well, it's like, okay, it's like you have guys that's gonna talk shit. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? And one thing about being from Compton, Compton is a blood and a crip thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It always have been since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So you you have like certain guys that I know that's Crips, like, oh yeah, you over there with that nigga Suge, with your cousin and stuff. You over there with all the bloods and say
Mhm.
little stuff like that, but nothing never for real threatening. Nobody's never came at me like, oh yeah, bitch, I'm gonna kill you too, or I ain't go through none of that. Thank you, Jesus.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. Well, you actually were there at the time of Tupac's death.
Right. But the thing of it is too is I grew up in an era where snitching wasn't cute.
Mm,
Running your mouth and telling everything wasn't cute. So
yeah,
all these dudes is getting on the internet and they real cute running their mouth right now. You know what I'm saying? They real cute with that mouth running stuff. You know what I'm saying? Dude, this snitches got stitches in my days.
yes, yes,
Um,
yeah,
just your mama tell you don't talk too much, don't you tell my business. So
yes,
I grew
yes,
up as one of those kids, so I don't run my mouth with folks' business like that. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
If
yeah.
I, Now, if I was there, I can tell my story,
Mm,
but I
mm,
don't run your story or something that I heard or something that you told me. I'm not gonna do none of that. Now, if I was there, I can tell what happened when I was there.
yes, yes, yes. So you all were at an event in Vegas, and you all were in the same hotel. I remember watching one of your interviews with Jewels as well, talking about
Well,
your interaction.
Well, Jewel didn't make it to Vegas when Pac got killed that day. She
Yeah.
wasn't. She didn't actually go.
Yeah. And what
She
was the interaction like traveling with Tupac and Suge them? Was it what did you always go your separate way, you and Jewels, or y'all just kind of kicked it all together?
well, it can be weird. Like being with Pac was always like people was excited to see Pac. Super excited to see somebody like Pac. You
Yeah,
be there
yeah.
with him like Tupac. They Bishop. Called him his names and all that stuff. Being out with Suge because of the folk tales, this old Suge is this man that's gonna hang you out the window. He's gonna throw you over the balcony. He's the man, the myth, the legend, that kind of thing that they gave him,
Mm,
that people gave Suge. It
yeah.
was kind of a little different being out with him because being out with him other guys were challenging. It's like, oh, this nigga ain't finna come be Suge. Why? I'm Tony of my city. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
I'm Chris of my city. So it always felt like another guy was putting his chest out to challenge. Like,
Okay.
guys were feeling like, either some type of intimidation thing or some kind of I gotta act like I'm tough thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
The stories they thought of him, but which most people don't know. Well, it's kind of coming out now. Suge is a dang on comic his damn self. Suge loves to be funny. Now,
Yeah.
that's why I always say to everybody, the dream job for Suge Knight would have been to be on something like American Idol and some stuff like that, and be
Really?
like Simon Cowell.
That
He's,
is
he's
funny.
being the Black Simon Cowell, because the way he does and talk to people, and he knows music and an artist and a star, obviously. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. But he had that thing about him that's witty, like Simon.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
people feel a little different about him. If they knew
Yeah.
that part of it.
So I hear that when I heard through one of the previous interviews that he was really a good person. Everybody painted this picture that he was such a meanie and and things like that. What is your take on?
He could be. He can jump in and out of it, like anybody. We
Yeah.
all get two sides. He can jump in the meanie. He can
Okay.
be meanie sometimes. But
Yeah.
for all, somebody like if you called him and you said, "Yo, oh, my family don't have no money. We gotta bury somebody. Is Suge gonna give you the money? Hell yeah, he gonna give you the money. You
Okay.
feel me? Is he
Yeah.
gonna do that? Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely he gonna send it. And you can call through and say, my people need it. And he
Mm.
gonna do it. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? He was
Yeah.
one of those kind. He was trying to do a lot of stuff for the community and different stuff like that. But I just feel a lot of the bull got him caught up and stuff.
Yeah. 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 So I hear a lot about that. The Tupac incident happened because Suge was dating a woman from the other side, and that's really the incident factor. How true is that? Is that a myth or, you know?
Well, the Tupac and that thing there was what it was. The boy got his chain snatched. Um, the boy tried to snatch somebody's chain in a mall out in Compton. For one, it was some street stuff.
Yeah,
We have to understand, like I said, once again, Compton is gang banging. Growing up in Compton in the 80s,
yeah,
um, the uh, the 80s, the early 90s, a lot of the Crips were the guys that so-called had the money, the street money.
mm,
If none of the dudes had money, they was low key and the cut, the boom, 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 doing it like that. By the time Suge came around, Suge was able to spread some money out to the blood community.
mm,
So
okay,
dudes where Crip dudes had to go and do whatever it is that they doing in the streets. Suge's homeboys didn't have to do that. Suge could go buy them a low rider. He could go get them a car because he got over 350 million legal dollars.
mm,
You
okay,
feel me? So it became a jealousy. So all the Crips baby mamas and girlfriends and sisters and nieces and all that now are running after the blood guys. You know why? 'Cause they got the money. They're out at the entertainment stuff. They want to go to the parties. So they mess with all of them. So
mm,
what ended up happening is Keefe D and them when the stuff went down, which didn't have nothing to do with gang banging stuff, when the East Coast, West Coast type of thing went down, it had to do with what was going on in the industry and all those different magazines that was pumping up the stuff. And then when the source went down and y'all ain't got no love for Death Row and all that little stuff went down and all that. That was the them Snoop them came with the New York kicking the buildings and all
mm,
that was added to that. And then you have to think about Pac had his own separate issue with them
okay,
because of him getting shot at that studio.
yeah,
So
okay,
with him leaking up with them, now they're in Vegas. The boys say, "Hey, that's the dude that tried to snatch my chain. Where he at? Oh, we gonna kick that nigga ass. Boom, boom,
mm,
boom. Go fight him." He goes back to tell the uncles and the friends, "Hey, those guys beat me up in the at the casino. Oh, we gonna get them dudes." Come back by, rolling down the street. They're gonna dudes. Well, let's get them. Pow, pow, shoot them. What the girl had to do with it?
mm,
What the
mm,
girl?
yeah, yeah, and there's
So
so many, yeah,
you know
mixed
what I'm saying?
stories,
Everybody be just telling stuff. Where the girl at? That's some
yeah,
got beat up. Went and told his family member. They came back. It wasn't a plan. They didn't know they was gonna kill. Was planning on shooting Pac. They didn't know they was gonna beat him up in the casino.
mm,
They didn't know that. I just had talked to Pac before that. That was a
yeah.
rap running to each other.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. That really
Them
clears up a
dudes
lot.
was hitting City, who wasn't getting hit around here, females, by somebody from death row?
Mm, I'm
Sitting there,
telling you,
celebrities on down. They was getting hit.
that's true. That's true. That's real. I mean, you just cleared up a lot. I'm just saying because
How many people would have to be in that? Because I can name a boatload of chicks that was getting hit.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
can list out some hits. Now I ain't talking about a hit on a hit record. I'm talking
yeah,
about the smashing hit. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of people question like what really happened. Everybody wanted to say it had something to do with P. Diddy, it had something to do with Biggie, it had something to do with Suge dating a woman.
It just had something to do with the dude tried to be like, now, oh boy, them did try to tell P. Diddy them that, oh yeah, we'll snatch one of them niggas from Death Row chain.
Mm,
Yeah, they did try to be like they will snatch one of their chains, but which they didn't get it. But it was the point that you tried to act like you was gonna do it because it was street jealousy.
yeah, yeah, that's
It's the
crazy.
same thing that's happening right now, street jealousy. These
Yeah,
dudes be nowhere. Look at the little young boy that came out here to go to Roscoe. That boy was just trying to eat him some food.
that's crazy,
You know,
crazy.
dudes, people don't want to see nobody with nothing. That's the world
Yeah,
we live in. Folks want
that's
to take what you got.
that's real. That's real,
What's
man.
that? Keep it 100. You on top, I need you on the bottom, or I need some of what you got. I need to extort you. I want some of yours because I don't know how to get mine.
Yeah, yeah, that's
If I
true.
if I can get mines off telling on you, guess what? I'm gonna tell on you. I guess
Yeah,
because you don't have no morals or no integrity nowadays.
yeah.
I don't
Is
want to
that
make it off telling off you.
right? Right. Does that surround a lot of the, reason why Suge is in jail? People telling and, what do you think about all of that?
Yeah, but Suge got a lot of in jail because of what Suge did. And now let's keep shit 100 now. That's my cousin. I love him, but I'm a realist to the realist, baby. Suge got his own self in jail for some of that own shit. Ain't nobody have to. Suge did moteling and messing up for his damn self.
How often do you talk to your cousin? To
Not
Suge?
like that, but I wish God would have gave me the 350 million for the family first. Still have some, I bet you that much.
Uh,
I, you know what? I haven't talked to him in about like maybe 4 months.
okay.
He'll call up out the blue and come talking some mess, and I'll be having to look at the phone like, boy, you crazy. Right. Which is the same thing that was our conversations when, back in the days, when he would call on the phone, it wasn't no different than that. He'd
Yeah.
call on the phone, I'd be like, relative, you crazy.
Yeah, yes, yes, I love it. So being that you all were kind of being Jewel's the first woman in Death Row
Right.
Records,
Mhm.
you I'm sure was with her all the time. You of course with Tupac and everybody. What was it like as a woman? You know how male, like you said, dominate the industry. Did you have to really make an imprint, like take me serious? Like I'm a woman, I'm here. Y'all not gonna run game on me. How did that interaction go being women in the industry?
Okay, first of all, uh me and Jewel come off two dang on strong lions and tigers and bears.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't no trying us, you know what I'm saying? Most of them wasn't even, like I say, where everybody keeps saying, I was cool with Puff and all that stuff. Nobody, I'm like Dave Chappelle, nobody invited me to the freak offs. Nobody, nobody tried to sexually assault me. I don't know. Maybe I looked like I was gonna tell, or maybe I said I was gonna tell, or something. I don't know what it was, but the people did not try me. Now,
Oh,
people tried to get with me, just a me and them thing, but ain't nobody thought I was gonna twerk off and everybody could, shimmy, sham, and jam me and all that stuff. Nah, sir.
mhm,
Nah,
mhm.
so
Okay.
I think that people kind of knew who they could do and
Mm,
who they thought they could do. And if they thought that you weren't gonna go for it or it was gonna be that, you wasn't the one getting picked.
Yeah. Pretty much. You say that's the real. They don't want the ones that's gonna tell. I got you. I got you. Well,
Yeah, uh-huh.
did you agree with every artist that, like, was signed to Death Row? Did you say everybody was dope, or was there anybody you was like, come on now, come on, cuz like,
Well, not any of the immediate, not nobody on the classics from the Chronic album, none of them. All of them was like the dopest, like hungry artists in one whole arena ever.
yeah,
You know,
okay,
if they could put a movie together and just get that many people from RBX to Rage to, just all in one place and everybody just
yeah,
as corrupt, just everybody coming together, putting a craft on it, putting a stank on it, and they this, that. Man, that was it. That was a beautiful time.
yeah,
The whole making of that album, everybody was hungry, and Jewel would take the food stamps, get some pizzas, and this, that, and feed everybody, and make sure that this, that jumped off. So that was just special, just to see that many people hungry and creative for it. And the way Snoop being so mellow but very deadly,
yeah,
at that time, especially as the young Snoop, and
yeah.
the way he knew how to do it and all that. So it was a time at that time. You know what I mean? It was beautiful. So I
I
can't
do.
say, but now afterwards, honey, that dude probably gave any dang on body a deal. You know what I'm saying? Not like that, but kind of like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like who?
Okay.
Like who got a deal? Who on death row?
Uh,
I guess. But I
what
guess.
what do you think about the controversy right now about this inauguration, and one of our death row affiliates taking part in it? What's your thought?
Girl. All I can say is this
Uh-huh.
internet, this internet is some mess, baby.
Right. I'm like, what is it?
Know what you're saying and stand by what you're saying and do what you do. Because if you don't, these folks will go back and dig up the dirt on you. So you
Mm,
can be playing with these kids. These kids, honey, they pull out the tea. They got all that different stuff that folks like us don't be knowing about. Them kids they ain't got nothing to do. But
yeah.
spend all day to find your post from 19 from 2018 from 2017.
Uh, right. Because I mean, I was like, wow, I didn't even know what the big deal was at first. And then when I heard people say, nah, he said what he wouldn't do, and they done found it, I said, dang.
It's different now, so you can't play with it, and it's like this generation is not letting you straddle the fence. Well, I ain't gonna even say this generation. I'll say these times not letting you straddle the fence. You gotta
Yeah.
pick a side. You can't be cool with both sides. You know, back in the days, me growing up in the Crip and a Blood neighborhood with the gang. I'm not a gang member, and I don't know whose side to be on if I was. So I used to say
Mhm.
I'm a Karoo, a Crip, and a Pyru. That was my funny little thing. I'd be like, I'm a Karoo, I'm a Crip, and a Pyru. So truth is, you really can't be both, because if you was both, you was supposed to have been a mark or something, what they called it. But it's like that now with the world. It's like you got to pick a side. Either you with this crew or you with that crew. You can't, be on both sides, or say feel like you don't have nothing to do with it. People like, nah, you got to pick a side.
Yes.
Either
Yes.
you with us or you with them.
Mm.
So
So, question is, Everybody want to know. Did you and Tupac date?
No. Now that's one thing we didn't do. We didn't date.
Okay, just cool.
I didn't date him. Look, when he died like I did, I said, dang, I should have had his baby or something.
Ah,
If I would have knew my boy was gonna be the world's this, that he is, but he always felt that about himself. The
mm,
security of that man was unbelievable, and the stuff that he said, and it
yes,
happened.
yes,
It was so
yeah,
what you would say prophetic. You know what I mean?
absolutely. Absolutely. So do you all anybody stay in contact with his mom, during that time, like afterwards and just was there for and what was
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I have quite a few people that was there. One of my girls is really close with his sister, so she was there with them too during that time.
yeah. And so being that Jewels was your best friend, I mean, I know that was hard to take in, but you mentioned that she had been ill for a while. But
See,
during her Mhm.
Jewel got me because
Mm,
I knew Jewel was sick and kind of going through the stuff, but I didn't know Jewel was as sick as she was until I went out there to do that interview with her.
okay.
So I was actually shocked. And everybody, what a lot of people don't realize that I was fighting to hold back tears and that was the last time I saw her
Mm,
was
yeah.
that interview.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. So did she tell you then what was really going on with her at that time?
Did not have to tell me. I saw
Mm,
her and
gotcha.
happening with her, and the way she was, her mobility to get around and everything, I seen that. So it was nothing had to be told. It took me to fight back the tears when I saw her in that
Mm,
position. Because
gotcha.
that was on some next level stuff.
Yes, yes. Well, I just want to say, I mean, you have a wealth of everything going on. What do you have coming up for you, though? You doing your comedy?
Well,
What you got coming up?
I got my comedy going on, girl. I got some movie stuff I've been writing, and I'm trying to come up with some. I got my own little series deal, and I'm trying to be a part of the first Black woman streaming service, like a Now That's TV and a Zeus network.
Come on, come on.
We need us a black female network out there running some stuff and putting some of these baddie type shows together and all that stuff that they got all the females making the money, but the guys is pocketing it as the CEOs. So
Yes,
I'm trying to tap into some of that, everything, Hey,
yeah.
producers, any directors out there, holla at your girl. Let's put something together because I'm trying to do this for
Come
20.
on. Let's go. 2025. I mean, we've been overdue, like you said, for our positions and our CEOs, but the women are taking over the world. So, hey, big ups to all that you're doing. I know
I
you
mean,
can ready to
it's the president position, but that don't mean that we can't keep rolling with it. You know what I mean?
exactly. Exactly.
Be honest, I don't think we is ready for the president position. Female too emotional. When she didn't win and she didn't come back and say thank you to the people and everybody that at least supported me, and she got so emotional she couldn't say bye. Get out of here, yeah. You doing
Right. You know that's true. As soon as they give a woman a higher up position, the attitude be switching. I mean, men do it too, but it's like, come on, ladies, y'all already know they're expecting that from us. Like, come
right?
on.
Be able to have your little humble shoes on. Put your humble shoes back on, Pookie.
Yes, yes. Well, I would just say, I appreciate you for your time. You headed to this Lakers game. I mean, you are really a part of history to see you in them Tupac videos, swerving and driving. To be next to him, that was my crush. So all I got to say is I was crushing on Tupac. So I'm
Oh,
like, listen,
girl, everybody was crushing on Tupac. All my homegirls be like, girl, I should have hit. I should have this. I'll be like, y'all.
absolutely. He was fine. Now, look, I'm a little jealous of Jada. Jada had some time with him. I'm like,
I don't know if you should be that jealous of Jada, but
Okay. You know, the story popped up like it was a in love thing. I don't know what side, but I'm just saying. Yes, yes. But no, I thank you, LaShelle. Listen, I'm doing some little TV producing myself, so Roku TV and Amazon TV, and I'm becoming my own producer overnight. Never expected it. So as you talk about women going into the game, I have my own channels on those two networks, and then I'm still going to other networks as we go. So yes, we're gonna talk. We're gonna do some business. I think we got a hater on here. Is this Jess Bracken? Who is Jess Bracken? We got some haters on the line, but
Bracken. Oh, they must be a blood. They said just Bracken. It mean cracking, but they said Bracken. Yeah, they said Bracken. All right, Bracken, I got you Bracken too.
Yes, yes. But yeah, you know, like you said, people they probably just mad at your truth telling. You know, they can't. That's how it be going. It go like that.
Check this out. I'm not worried about nobody. What I tell, what anything that comes out my mouth is what I lived. It was my
Yeah.
life. I don't have no reason to lie. You ain't giving me no $1,000,000 to get up on here. I'm on here talking to another sister, just talking. You
That's
feel
all
me?
that matters.
All the shit I could have been on, the Vlads, the Plaids, and all that stuff, and getting paid, running my mouth and telling all that, baby. I'm a real soldier. I got more G in me than half these niggas, cause I ain't running my mouth.
Yes, you do.
Ain't telling nothing, cause you know I'm already me, and I got my own for real career. I ain't trying to be famous off telling dirt on Suge and Tupac
Exactly.
and no motherfucking body.
I love it though.
I got real ideas, girl. I've been doing this all my life. Before these fools, when Suge was in college, I was in Hollywood.
Yes, absolutely. So I love it though. I really, truly, I appreciate you. I love
Baby,
the hateration. I love the support, y'all. If you don't know LaShelle, she is a part of history. So know your history. Go find out who she is, what she do, what role she to play, because she didn't hook some major people up to even make it out here in this industry, a part of death row. So she played a role in that.
and I done connect a lot of people from the East Coast and all that's a good stuff. Come on, baby. This girl got a hip hop history.
Yes, but you know, we got a lot of people that don't know, and so it's good that they tuning in so they can find out more about who you are and all
Right.
the great things you do, all the great things you have done and continuing to do. And we're gonna connect because,
Big
like I said, I got the network.
yeah.
Yes, we're gonna get it together. Absolutely. So enjoy your Lakers game. Thank you for joining me. All of my people that's tuning in with Kalonda Kay, y'all already know what it is. Y'all know we right here locked in with some amazing people. I don't put nothing but the best on my platform. So you know what I'm saying. So keep it and I appreciate everybody because y'all stories need to be told.
Shout out to Terrence. Terrence said we better give him a shout out or he was gonna
T
kick us out.
T, that's the boy. Love. I only have nothing but positive energy.
Me, love you.
Yes. Love you. Thank you, LaShelle. Peace out, everybody. Keep it on lock with the Kalonda Kay.